Hi, friends. Welcome to The Conversation Continues with Deborah Collins. I'm Deborah Collins, author, speaker, business coach, and lifelong animal lover. Welcome to The Conversation Continues. This is my first podcast, and we explore faith, flow, and tech here, and how these three together can help us live with purpose, prosperity, and peace. Today we're talking about something simple but life-changing, knowing your why. Your why is your compass. It keeps you grounded when life changes and reminds you who you are when everything around you shifts. My story. When I relocated from the beautiful and lush Ventura County area of Moorpark, California, I had to make some big decisions. I needed a place that was safe for me and affordable for my animals. I had 3 horses and 2 dogs. Since 2005, my life has revolved around animals and nature, and that lifestyle feeds my soul. It's where I feel grounded, connected, and alive. This all happened when COVID hit, the time when the world went quiet. So many of us were forced to pause and reflect. Of course, it's hard sometimes. I miss my family and friends deeply. But I also realize that God has me here for a reason. This has been a season of reflection and growth. A chance to slow down, listen, and remember what truly matters. It's taught me patience, purpose, and peace. And it's reminded me that our why isn't always about where we are, but who we're becoming. We're all here to learn and grow, and to do what feeds our soul. Each of us is on a journey, a personal path designed to help us evolve and awaken. Sometimes that journey feels frustrating, uncertain, or completely out of reach. But in those moments of distress, we have to come back to our why. Why are we doing what we've chosen to do? Why do we say yes to this dream, this calling, this purpose? When we remember our why, it reignites our faith to keep going, even when the road feels long or lonely. If we keep moving forward and refuse to give up, we will reach our destination. So often we let discouragement stop us. But if we stop, we'll never know what could have been. One of my favorite lines from the Big Book says, "Don't stop before the miracle." And it's true, because that next right action, that one small step of faith, might be the very thing that carries you into your breakthrough. Every faith tradition teaches perseverance, the courage to stay the course, even when we can't see the outcome. In the Bible, Galatians 6:9 reminds us, "Let us not grow weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up." In the Torah, the story of Moses leading the Israelites through the desert is about faith in the unseen. They wandered for 40 years, and the journey itself transformed them. It wasn't about reaching the promised land, but about becoming the people who could enter it. And in the Quran, Surah Ashar 94:5-6 says, "Verily, with hardship comes ease." What a beautiful truth, that every hardship carries within it the seed of its own ease, the lesson that shapes us for what comes next. Whether you call it God, Source, or the quiet voice within, the message is the same. Keep going. Stay true to your why. The path may be long, but it's leading you somewhere sacred. The 4 A's. In my coaching, I teach what is called the 4 A's. Assess, adjust, align, and allow. Assess where you are and what's real right now. Adjust your mindset and habits to support your peace. Align your actions with your vision and your values. And then allow. Trust the process, trust the timing, and trust yourself. This is how we live our why, not just know it. One choice, one day, one step at a time. But what if you don't know your why? So many of us live in constant motion. Our jobs, our kids, our families, our responsibilities. Life gets loud. And in all that noise, we sometimes forget ourselves. What did we come here to do? What did we come here to be? I believe that before we ever arrived on this earth, each of us made a sacred contract, a soul agreement with God or the universe to learn certain lessons and to bring something beautiful into this world. And that's why it's so important not to lose ourselves in the busyness. We have to slow down every day and go within, to listen to the quiet messages that Spirit is sending us. Those messages aren't always loud. Sometimes they come as gentle signs, a butterfly crossing our path, a new bud on a tree, a shiny dime at your feet. They're little reminders that you're not alone and that you're right where you're supposed to be. So start noticing what lights you up. Notice what brings you joy, peace, and a sense of flow. Because joy is divine guidance. And here's the truth. Joy attracts energy. Energy attracts abundance. And abundance attracts peace. So find your why and find your joy. When you put the two together, you become unstoppable. As we continue this journey together, I'll be sharing not just stories of faith and personal growth, but also how I'm using technology, yes, AI, to bring more creativity, clarity, and flow into life and business. Because the truth is, faith, flow, and tech can work beautifully together when we lead with intention. This is where the future is already here, and it's helping us grow, not grind. Thank you so much for listening today. My audiobook, Men, Money, Food, will be available soon on Audible, but you don't have to wait. You can get a free preview right now. Just visit deborahcollins.com, enter your email, and I'll send you Chapter 1 as a free audio gift. And make sure to join me every Tuesday morning for a new episode of The Conversation Continues with Deborah Collins. Together, we'll keep discovering how to live with purpose, prosperity, and peace. Remember, happiness is a choice, so choose it. And always, grow, not grind.